Henry Aaron is my all-time favorite baseball player. So every pack of cards that I opened, I was hoping to get a Henry Aaron card. And I think I had several. In my mind's eye, there will never be a baseball player better than Henry Aaron. And even if they are better than Henry Aaron, I will never admit it.
Welcome to another edition of MLB's Carded. Today we get a look at some new cards from Topps that will shine a spotlight on some of the game's greatest players. We'll also catch up with one of my favorites, Keith Hernandez, and hear about some of his cardboard memories. But first up, we head to Baltimore's Camden Yards. O's pitcher Grayson Rodriguez is part of a growing trend of players getting into the hobby, so we thought we could help him get started. Check it out.
All right, I'm with Orioles pitcher Grayson Rodriguez. I heard that you're looking to maybe get back into collecting.
Yep.
Where are you at right now with your collection?
So, just starting it, trying to buy the packs again. Obviously, collected a lot when I was younger. See kids now, like at the ballpark, carrying the cards and stuff, asking for autographs. It's pretty cool to see that now that I'm on my own baseball card and stuff like that. So really just kind of want to get back into that.
Did anything spark your mind into like, hey, I need to get back into this hobby? Did anything specifically happen?
Yeah, so last year when we went to Arizona playing the Diamondbacks, Corbin Carroll and I think Evan Longoria had sent over cards for me to sign. And I thought that was pretty cool. Kind of sparked that interest like I was a little kid again.
I love that. All right, Grayson, so, we have a couple of suggestions for your collection, right? There's millions of ways you can go when starting a PC. I thought maybe we would start with some Orioles. Some Oriole greats.
Yep.
Obviously. Come on now. Cal.
We got, Cal.
Check that out.
Sits behind home plate all the time.
You talk to him a lot?
Yeah, he comes into the clubhouse quite a bit. Played with his son, Ryan, in the minor leagues.
All right, talk about the Robinson boys here. Frank, Brooks.
Yeah, so obviously two Oriole greats. You can see their numbers retired up there. It's pretty special, obviously. I wish I could have watched them play.
Got Eddie Murray, of course.
Eddie Murray, he comes around a lot. He was at spring training. He's pretty funny. He's definitely wild. He's a wild character. Never really know what's going to come out of his mouth, but he sure makes a lot of people laugh.
And how about this guy, Mr. Palmer?
Mr. Palmer, yeah, obviously one of our broadcasters. Really talk to him a lot. He helps me as a starting pitcher. In between starts, mindset things. He's always got some suggestions, and anytime somebody like this gives you a suggestion, you listen.
Right. We got to talk about Texas, though, right? You're a Texan.
Yep.
How about we
Texas, born
collect
and raised.
some Texans?
All right.
And a pitcher. We got Clayton Kershaw.
Kershaw, yeah, that's about as Texan as it gets. I got to watch him growing up. That was somebody that I always watched.
Bobby Witt, he's a Texan, right?
Yeah, so Bobby Witt, I played with him some in high school, same summer ball organization.
Ernie Banks, one of probably the best guys to come out of Texas.
Yeah, for sure. And again, like somebody else I wish I could have watched play.
I heard that some pitchers like to collect the players that hit home runs off of them. What do you think about that? Would you do that?
I don't think I'd do that. Hopefully that collection wouldn't be very big. But yeah, I could see some guys doing that.
Got a couple of guys here that you might.
Ohtani, that's the best player in the game without a doubt.
Do you remember that home run specifically?
Yeah, it was a hung curveball outside. Won't throw that to him again. It's one thing to see a guy's name in the lineup, but when you go out to the bullpen to warm up and he's throwing in the bullpen next to you, that's pretty wild.
Well, I'm looking forward to that matchup. All right, there's plenty of ways to get into collecting. My biggest piece of advice to you would be there are no dumb questions. Okay. It's a whole nother language. And check your local card shop. Do you ever go to one of those? And
I know there's a few around here. Been to a couple of them for signings and stuff. But
hit them up. They'd love to help you out.
Yeah.
The best piece of advice I could ever give you, though, is collect what you love, and you can't lose, right?
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right about that for sure.
So, to wrap things up, we would love to give you these to your teammates.
All right.
To start your collection, we got Gunnar.
Yep.
Adley.
All right. Two of the best.
That's your catcher.
Yeah.
Right?
First and second in the lineup.
You gotta start collecting your teammates. I thought that was a great way to start out your PC.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good luck with the rest of your season.
Thank you.
Grayson Rodriguez strikes out his 10th of the night.
The story of baseball is incomplete without the Negro Leagues, and now Topps is using baseball cards to highlight that important history. Former major leaguer turned artist Micah Johnson was tasked with creating the portrait cards that will be great additions to your collection.
The collecting world had always wanted Negro League cards, and there were a handful of them out there. But this really is the first significant effort to create a collection that is solely about the Negro Leagues, and to do it at a time when I think the interest in Negro Leagues is at an all-time high. We know that it is shining a light on a piece of baseball and Americana that we don't want to be lost to time.
It's an amazing moment. It's an amazing experience to be able to have this many big entities supporting what Bob's doing here at the museum, what the league represented, and to be a part of this, so I'm incredibly humbled. Seeing myself on a card for the first time was unbelievable, very humbling, because as a kid, I collected cards, and that was prior to the internet, and so that's how I got my information. How big second basemen were, that's how I measured myself, is like with the back of the cards. And so to be on a card is really humbling, but also to be able to create cards. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined that this opportunity would come to me. But I always say, like, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. I was ready for this moment to be able to, create these cards to the best of my abilities and to do this project justice. And so I'm super proud to be creating cards, If you asked me when I was playing in 2017 or 18 if that was going to be a thing, couldn't have imagined it. So this series, there's some amazing players, talented players. They put up absolute numbers. And I was like, man, these guys are really good. We got Satchel Paige, we got Jackie Robinson, we got Willie Mays, we got Larry Doby, we got Monty Irvin, we got Josh Gibson. So just impressive players, impressive humans. I did all these portraits by hand with charcoal. So I use a compressed charcoal stick, an eraser, and a paint roller. And my hands. So I embed the charcoal into the canvas with my fingers. So you see my fingers, it's like I play guitar. It's like all, calloused. And then I would go down the street, get those scanned, and then I would take them and bring them in digitally into the backgrounds digitally. So it was a combination of those two things. I couldn't do the portraits digitally. I tried it. I don't know how to do it. And so I was like, okay, you got to do these portraits with charcoal by hand. Never done it before, so I didn't know how it was going to turn out, and I knew there were deadlines. But thank God it turned out and worked really well. I'm very proud of it. For me personally, baseball cards is like the holy grail. They date back, a long time ago. And so baseball cards are really cool, and they're really cool to be able to have art on them. These charcoal portraits on this 3.5 by 2.5. It's a different medium, it's a different way to consume the art, and it's a way that maybe not everybody's going to see my paintings in person and see what the charcoal looks like and see the imperfections in the face and say, hey, you know what, it's not perfect, but it doesn't have to be. That's the whole beauty of art, and so to be able to have these on a format that people can collect and consume every day is super cool.
You may know Keith Hernandez as a 2-time World Series champion and 11-time Gold Glove winner, or from his time with the New York Mets in the TV booth. But you may not know that he loves baseball cards. We sat down with him to get his thoughts on some of his own cards from his playing days. Watch.
This is my 1976 season card, which was 75. I think it was my rookie year, really. It wasn't my rookie year, 74. I lost my rookie status. This is when they traded Torrey to the Mets, and I became the first baseman, and I just totally flopped, and I got sent down. What's funny about this picture was I was very superstitious. The long sleeves, the red long sleeves, if you notice on my right arm, the jagged cut by the wrist. This was such an old undershirt. This is after my MVP season. This is a 1980 card. So I won the MVP, the batting title, and a Gold Glove. So this had significance to me. They always said I was 191 pounds. I wish they had made that correction. I probably should have called Topps and said, hey, I'm 202. But this is one of my favorite cards. It's very seldom when they catch you in a good mood. Sometimes they always want to shoot you at day games or in spring training in the morning when you're just kind of waking up. But this one I like because I look happy. I'm smiling. Must have been a good mood that day. So I like that. I like this one. This is my all-star card. I like the face shots as opposed to the action shots. I always like the action cards with me swinging the bat, but I always like the portraits here.
Got it.
This is after '86, so this is memorable because it was another world championship. So this is a favorite card of mine, and this is at the new spring training site in St. Lucie. We had the first year there, we had moved from St. Pete. This one here is not my favorite card because if you look real closely, it looks like I'm a duck. I got this grimace on my face. I do like the action shot, but I don't like the face. But I do like the technique. Look at my glove on the ground, facing the batter. It's like, remember when you're in Little League and you said, look what I found? A lot of times that happened because my glove was right in this position, and particularly on turf playing in when you're holding a runner on.
Do you want any of the cards?
I got tons.
Sarah Tiana has many talents. She's a comedian, a writer, actress, director, and more. But what matters to us is how much she loves baseball. We asked Sarah to give us her take on some of her favorite weird cardboard, and she was kind enough to oblige.
Hey everyone, I love strange baseball cards, and I know you do too. So let's dive in. Let's start out with an all-time great weird card. What in the fleer is going on with this 84 Glenn Hubbard? Glenn played for 11 years, he coached for 11 years, and he ran the tilt-a-whirl for 12. In fairness, this wasn't actually Glenn's pet boa constrictor. He just happened to be in the right place at the right time. So, Philadelphia? I guess this is just what a normal ballpark experience was like in the 80s. Now this is Steve Lake's pet bird Ruffles. How is it possible that they're making the same facial expression? Hall of Famers aren't immune to the less than great card. Reggie Jackson is a good-looking guy, but not according to the 73 Topps. This Andre Dawson card should be a crime. A Brewers fan must have selected this photo. If there is a worse Hall of Fame card, I want to see it. Oh yeah, Brooks Robinson. Who picked this card? His ex-wife? Now I know why his nickname is the Human Vacuum Cleaner, because this photo sucks. Luckily, Brooks went on to have 20 years of great cards to make up for it. Can a bat get thrown out for violating sticky stuff rules? George Brett must be like, hello? This is way stickier than the one I used. Felix Milan had a unique style. Probably not the best exit velo, but there must have been something to it. Felix played for 12 seasons, but his mustache was so powerful, it went on for 8 more. You know what they say about a guy with big hands? Big glove, which explains this Mickey Hatcher card. He has a pair of these, actually. There's no way that thing's regulation. Oh, finally, a sexy card. Tied for a distant second, it would be Ron Gant and Ricky Henderson. Yes, these guys are Greek gods, but who are these cards for? Our moms? And where is John Kruk? Then there's this Nolan Ryan. I mean, good gracious. He has held up so well. This could have been taken a week ago for all I know. I'm a Braves fan, so the 90s were great for me. And the early 90s Bowmans were epic. Apparently it's senior picture day for Manny Ramirez and Braulio Castillo. Mariano was very clutch at the end of every game, but I hope he didn't save this outfit. I'm not a fan of the Yankees, so I actually like this fit way better. Chipper Jones. You know what? He's my absolute favorite baseball player of all time, so I have 0 notes. Khaki shorts with a tucked-in dress shirt? Check. Braided belt? Check. Dad sneakers? Check. Hottest guy to ever play baseball? No offense, Jeter fans, don't come at me. Check, check, check. If it was up to me, this would be the Brave City Connects. I'm Sarah Tiana. Stay weird, baseball cards. I know you will.
Let me tell you, working at MLB Network has its perks, and we just added a new one to the list. The network hosted a special baseball card event for the many hobby enthusiasts that work here. There was ripping, there was trading, there was appraising. Overall, not a bad way to spend part of your workday.
MLB Network Trade Night. PSA's lead appraiser, Michael Osaki, is in the building to educate us, and I sense a little bit of a buzz, people. Let's go check it out. You're the lead appraiser for PSA. Welcome back. How cool is it to be here, hobbyists, and also just, average Joes and Janes that just want to get into the hobby?
And that's actually why I do what I do. The ability to help a lot of people in a single day like this is just incredible.
So I'm gonna get my T206 collection appraised. It's only a 10-card collection. So
Yeah, are you looking to sell or are you just collecting?
Not really, no.
Yeah.
It's just kind of fun.
The first thing I do when I see a T206 tobacco card collection is I turn them over. There are about 16 different advertising backs with this set. You might have $600 to $700, somewhere in there, potentially slightly higher.
It was cool to hear, a professional tell me that these are worth a little bit of money. So I'm happy.
Yeah, I mean, not bad. So, I know you're into the hobby, but did you know that a lot of the office is also into the hobby? Big enthusiasts here?
I did not realize how many other people here in the office are into the hobby.
Me
So that's
either.
really cool because
Yeah.
now there's, more people to trade with and talk to about this
Sort of
stuff.
warms my heart.
Oh yeah, Ellie for starters.
Whoa! Stop! No,
No
put that
wonder
on penny
it's
sleeve. What are you doing?
Oh yeah, sleeve it.
Jason Dominguez, rookie.
Nice.
See that, yeah.
I brought in my dad's baseball cards. He was nice enough to lend them to me, so we've got a lot of great stuff in here. This one,
Whoa.
yeah, so signed Maris.
Wait, that's a signed Roger Maris card?
That is a signed Roger Maris card.
Wow.
It looks good, this autograph. I would definitely get it, authenticated, but it looks good to me. The value would be anywhere from like $1,500 to about $2,000.
Oh my goodness, are you serious? Wow, that's
Right?
insane. I was
Very
not
cool.
expecting that. I don't
Let's
know what I
go.
was expecting, but yeah.
For me to explain or tell someone why this card is worth $30 or this card is a reprint or this autograph is no good, that's how we grow our hobby. We have to educate people about what we do and how we can help them.
Check this out. This is like a Ken Griffey vintage throwback.
Oh, is
I
that
love
the?
the album.
Yeah, those are awesome.
But the big one is this one. I'm looking at centering, corners, the print registration. So this is 1969 Topps Decal, interesting. I think this is still a couple $100.
That's a 1927 Fred Lindstrom. I don't know if it's legit or not. I think it is.
It looks the part, and even when I can put it under the loop, it's definitely authentic. So you have nothing to worry about authenticity there.
This is Fred Lindstrom. This is a 1927. It looks like a playing card.
Diamond.
Yeah.
Tell me about
He said that's authentic for sure.
How cool is this event? You're at work, you're getting things appraised. All right, MLB Network, I see you.
This is the coolest thing I've ever seen in the whatever 9 years that I've been here. I was totally geeking out up there, and I want to know more.
This is rookie.
nice.
Leave that up, E.
Pascantino to 199.
Nice, that's our first.
There we go. There's a.
Kind of wanted to see what they're worth. I'm not really getting rid of any of them anytime soon. See, I haven't collected cards really in a long time.
You think maybe this will get you inspired to get back into the hobby?
A little bit.
Okay, you got the bat, you got the jersey, you got the pants. Tom Seaver, $100, $125.
I never had any intention on selling them, but it's kind of cool to know what you've got, in your collection.
I am happy to return to MLB Network. This was so much fun. This was a blast. I saw so many exciting items. The people here are fantastic. I'll see you soon.
The vibes were everywhere today, so thank you for that. And you better come back. I'm gonna hold you to that.
You look on the back of the baseball card just to see how much you weigh, and then if they had your rookie stats. And my first year in the big leagues was 1960. I had 2 at-bats. I was called up in September of 1960. And my first at-bat was a single off Harvey Haddix. My second at-bat was a strikeout against Bob Friend. So I batted 500 my first year in the big leagues, which, you know, I'll always be proud of.
Well, that wraps it up for us on this edition of Carded. I've got some Topps 2024 Series 1s to rip, and you can get your hands on all the current Topps offerings by scanning this QR code that you see right now. Now, we began the show with Orioles pitcher Grayson Rodriguez. We're going to end the show with him as well. As he does his rip, I'm going to do mine. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time on Carded. Oh, yeah, let's get into this right now. Ha-Seong Kim. Love Ha-Seong Kim. I love Ha-Seong Kim. Jordan Westburg reminds me of Michael Young with the Rangers. Remember Michael Young? This kid could drive in 100 runs. No one talks about him. Eduardo Rodriguez. Connor Wong is sitting over 320 right now for the Boston Red Sox. Move him up in the lineup. Why are we keeping him secret? Mark Vientos. I want this kid playing third base for me. The Mets need to commit to him.
I've got this pack of Topps 2024 Series 1. I'm going to open it up and see who we can find. All right, so we've got the Tampa Bay Rays. We'll put that one at the bottom of the pile. Matt Olson, Kyle Schwarber, and Pete Alonso. Dylan Cease. So actually, one of my first starts in the big leagues, I matched up against Dylan Cease in Chicago. Did all right. I think the changeup was working that day. Really cold that day, so I'll never forget that. Yandy Diaz from the Rays, faced him a few times last year. Probably going to be a few more times this year. The Yankees, ooh, another one we got to put at the bottom of the pile. Johan Duran, throws fuel. Spencer Strider, it's a pretty good card. Mookie Betts, that was somebody that I was really looking forward to facing in the big leagues this year. The Dodgers came to Camden Yards, and it was pretty fun seeing that lineup. You know, got to face some of those big names. It was a lot of fun. It was really foggy that night. It was kind of weird. It was a weird ballpark night. Tyler Soderstrom from the A's, faced him a few times this year. We've got Luis Arias, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Freddie Freeman. That's a pretty good card right there. And then this one is actually the American League Baltimore Orioles. That's one that we're going to keep. We're going to keep this one. This one will be at the top of the stack.